Hi, third graders. This week's art activity has to do with traditional Japanese Raku ceramics. I have some examples here, and I have a little information on Japanese Raku pottery. Traditional Japanese Raku pottery originated in the 16th century with the Japanese tea ceremony. American potters began using the Raku process in the 1960s. Raku firing is unpredictable with many variables affecting the glazes. The amount of heat, flames, smoke, and the various combustible materials used create different reactions to the glazes. Raku firing gives surprising and one-of-a-kind results. Freely translated from Japanese, Raku means joy and happiness. As you can see, some of the notable things about Raku pottery are the types of glaze reactions. So something that's very common in Raku is that the glazes turn metallic and shiny. And this happens because of the reduction atmosphere of the firing process. So basically the ceramic pots are brought up to temperature in a ceramic kiln. They're already glazed. And when the kiln reaches over 1800 degrees Fahrenheit, the glazes become molten. The artist will then pick up the ceramic piece with tongs, remove it from the kiln, and put it in a metal barrel with combustible materials, and then put a lid on it. So when the hot ceramic touches the combustible materials, and when I'm talking about combustible materials, they could be newspaper, leaves, straw, things like that. Those combustible materials ignite and create smoke in the chamber, and the smoke deprives the glazes of oxygen, creating this really interesting chemical reaction. So there's the metallic glazes, and also something very unique for Raku firing is that the bare clay, unglazed, traps carbon in there, and so the clay body becomes black. So this type of project is too difficult to do at home. So instead of doing the ceramic component this time around, I am using another Japanese process and technique, using origami again. And for this week's project, we're going to do an origami folded cup that is decorated slightly like a Raku pot. So here are some examples over here. So in the examples, I have some black for representing the clay body. I have some aluminum foil to give a little bit of the metallic effect. And now I'll show you the steps for making the origami cup. So first you want to start off with a square piece of paper. The easiest way, if you have printer paper, is to fold the paper so that this edge meets this edge. So I fold it, and then you would take your scissors and cut along the edge. And that way you set yourself up with a square piece of paper. And that's a shortcut, so you don't really have to measure a square with a ruler. You just set up your square piece of paper. So now you're to the point where you can decorate. So in previous lessons, we did the bamboo practice, bamboo sumie drawings. So you might have some of those papers still around, or you can do it from scratch. So for this decoration, I had a black piece of paper for the square base, and I glued some aluminum foil down. I did have extra Sumier ink drawings, so I cut it out and glued that on. And I also added some white paper crumpled up. So this is one example of what you could do with your paper for decorating. Another is, for this one, since another effect that happens with Raku pottery is sometimes it gets kind of a crackle glaze. So I tried to mimic that by taking my piece of paper, crinkling it up, opening it up, and then I had wrinkles on it. And then kind of smooth it out a little bit, take a crayon and just rub across so that you can have some of the white showing and create a crinkle, crackle, glaze effect. Again, you can also have some aluminum foil if you want some metallic showing. Okay, so once you decorated your square piece of paper, it is time to fold it into a cup. So I'll take this one. So first I'm going to fold it into a triangle. And then I'm going to take this triangle and bring it over to touch about middle of that edge. So there's that one fold. Then I'm going to bring this and have this corner meet where that fold started. So I have these two flaps, a triangle, and then 1, 2, and then there's just 2 more steps. You have these 2 flaps, so you fold that one down, pick it up, flip it over, fold this one this way. So now my folding is finished, and then I'm gonna try and pull it open, and then I have my cup shape. And it's really fun because you don't really know where your decoration is going to land. So I have the metallic on the inside and a little bit more of the crackle decoration on the outside, and it's sort of like this one where the metallic is on the inside and the crackle white is on the outside. So I have the folding steps I have posted as a video link that you can follow if you want to see it again. I also have a link to show you a Japanese tea ceremony if you're interested in finding out more about that. And I also am posting a link showing the Raku glaze firing process, which is really exciting. So again, I know we can't do this right now because everybody's at home, but when we return and are together again, I will make sure that we all are able to do Raku pottery together. So although it's usually part of the 3rd grade art curriculum, in 4th grade, plan on making your very own Raku pottery so that you can really have fun with this unique and wonderful clay process. All right, well, I hope all of you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.